Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to something different. This is one. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, not too different though, we've done this before. We're going to be doing an oil change, and then we're also going to be replacing the brake pads on 2007 Honda Crv. We're going to be doing that, so I'll show you guys how to do it. If you guys want to do it yourselves, if not, you can call me and then I can do it for you guys. So whatever is easier for you. So the first thing you want to do is get the car in jack stands, just because you got to take the tires off, so you might as well get it. So I had the car up in jack stands. I'm only going to be working on the front too, so that's why I didn't lift the whole car up. So that's that. Also another tip that you guys can do, you guys can go ahead and open the hood. I like to remove this cap just because I like it. I like to leave it right here just so I don't forget to put it back on, so I don't make a mess. And then after you've done that, you're going to go down there and take the drain plug off, which is gonna be right here. Let me put some flash so you guys can see it better. Right over here is gonna be a 17mm. Then right over here is gonna be your filter. It shouldn't be that tight. It should be hand tightened. There you go. So you want to make sure you go ahead and get that loose. Also this drain plug, which is gonna be a 17mm. And then make sure you have your thing on the bottom so you don't drop in the ground. So once you do that, you let it drain. Okay, so after you're finished draining all the oil, you're gonna want to put your oil drain back. So here's the new filter. You're gonna want to get some oil on the top so you can have a better seal. Once you do that, just clean your edges so it doesn't make a whole mess. And then screw it back in there, just like that. And then you should do like half of a turn, so like that. It should be good enough. And let's go back up and get some oil in the engine. This specific car takes 4.4 quarts. We're currently running this oil 5W20, the Edge. This video is not sponsored, by the way, but if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. But so we're gonna be using this one. We're only gonna be using 4.4 quarts, so 4.5. After you put the oil, you're gonna want to close this cap. And you're gonna go inside, turn the car on, and let it run for a bit, just to make sure you have the right oil, and then the right oil, like you filled it up to where it's supposed to be at, not overfilled it or didn't put enough. So you're just gonna let it run for a few seconds. That's good enough. What you're gonna do now, you're gonna go back out here, and you're gonna be checking your oil drain stick. So after you know that you finished filling up your oil and then you have the right measure, you're gonna want to go inside and reset the oil life so it doesn't turn on the customer like you need to do your service, because they're gonna be mad because they just did their service. So they're gonna be like, what the heck, what do you mean I have to do my service again? So I'm gonna show you guys how to reset the oil life in this car. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is that you're gonna get the key. You're gonna put it on the on position. You're gonna press your reset button right here, right there where it says oil life. Then you're gonna press down on it until it starts blinking. There you go. And then now you're gonna twist it so you select the oil life. There you go. You're gonna click on it, and you're gonna push it again, like press down on it until it resets all the way. So there you go. Okay, so for the brakes, I'm gonna be using this impact. If you guys don't have an impact, make sure you break the bolts before you pick up the car, just because this is gonna be spinning and you're not gonna be able to take them out. So make sure you break them loose and then lift it, then take them off. But since I have this impact, it'll do it by itself. Okay, so now that we've just finished taking the tire off, just put that to the side. You're gonna be removing these two bolts, which is gonna be right here. It's gonna be a 14mm, which is gonna be behind the caliper. There's gonna be another one at the bottom. There's gonna be also a 14mm. Once you remove those, this caliper will slide out, and there's gonna be your brake pads. Like I said, we're not gonna be replacing the rotors this time just because she forgot to bring them, but I'll do another video on how to replace the rotors in probably next week's video, because she's gonna come back and do something with their AC as well. So I'll go over that in the next video, but today we're just gonna go over on how to take the caliper out and replace brake pads. You can tell I already took the 14 sliding pins out. They're gonna be a 14 millimeter. Right now here is gonna be your brake pads. As you can tell, she had like probably like 30% life on them. She could still rock them, but I mean, she wanted to replace them, so that's what we did. Also, we're gonna be pushing this piston back in. Like I said, this brake rotor, I'll explain how to take it off, or just watch my other brake video. I explained and ran down through everything. So yeah, let's get it. Okay, so I just put the new brake pads on. Now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna push this pistons back on, piece on the caliper, and then this is what actually push the pistons. I like to put, since this is a dual piston, I like to put the brake pad, the old brake pad, so it pushes them both at the same time. And you pretty much just spin this like that, and that just pushes it out, so it pushes the pistons back on. But now, if you finish, you can go ahead and remove this piece. You go ahead and remove this. As you can tell, this is flat, so they can go back into their new place in their new home with the new brake pads. The caliper back on, you're gonna want to go ahead and tighten this 14 millimeter bolts, and you're set. So I'm gonna be doing this for all 4 tires, back, front, on the other side. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with the process, but that's pretty much how you do it. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, and literally 10 minutes after, not even like 5 minutes after, I already got the brake pads back on, tighten everything. So let's move on to the back. Same thing, except that these bolts are going to be a 12 millimeter. Same here, this one down here, but it's literally going to be the same process, even easier, because this caliper is way smaller than the front. So you literally take those 12 millimeters out, slide it out, take those brake pads and replace it. Alright, so we currently just finished doing the Honda. Another Honda pulled up, which is funny because the guy at Adusone gave him my number because his alternator was acting up, or his car was acting up. So we didn't end up knowing what it was because the OBD2 sensor was like hidden, and so I couldn't scan it. But then at the end I found it. So tomorrow I'm gonna scan it at the shop and then see what's wrong with it. So I'll come back to this video tomorrow. But that's so far for the Honda CRV. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe right now.